on. Okay. Hello, kids. I am Mr. Bill, and this is my dyslexia class.
Mr. Bill's dyslexia class. What is dyslexia? It is a learning disability that is a neurological based. It is a disorder that interferes with the acquisition and processing of language. A dyslexic student's brain has a tougher time understanding letters and sounds. For example, it would be harder for them to break the word bat into the speech sound. B, a, t. They will read slowly and make mistakes. What causes dyslexia? It is an inherited condition. It runs in families and you are born with it. Usually, dyslexic people have larger right hemispheres in their brains. They tend to excel in areas controlled by the right side of the brain, such as art, athletic, music, and creative math problems. We have a dyslexic student.
I am Billy, and I am the student. Hi.
Characteristics of a dyslexia student often mix words up, like saw and was. They spell by sounding, so does and does. Sometimes this dyslexic student will jumble spelling. BLU spells blue, but in a dyslexic student's mind, they will spell it BULE. Sometimes a dyslexic student will have confusion over left and right, and writing numbers and letters backwards. Sometimes the dyslexic student also will have problems sequencing, such as 2, 4, 6, 8, and organizing. The dyslexic student will mix up words such as saw and was. Here he saw a tree, but to the dyslexic student, it looks like he was a tree. Another characteristic is the jumbled spelling. A dyslexic student will write he saw a there, but in his mind he's seeing he saw a tree. Another example is often writing letters backwards. Another example of the characteristics of a dyslexic student is confusion over left and right. For example, a student with dyslexia will have a hard time understanding go to the end of the hall, turn left, continue down the hall, turn right after the third door, and knock on the second door from the right. That is Mr. Sean's room. Thank you for coming, my dyslexic student.
You're welcome.
And now we have a special treat. We have a teacher.
Hello.
The teachers can accommodate dyslexic students by having the student remember brother sounds such as P's and B's. These two sound alike. Another way that teachers can accommodate. Thank you, Mr. Han. That was very wonderful. Another way that teachers can accommodate are with flashcards. How can flashcards help a dyslexic student?
Flashcards help solidify the dyslexic student's spelling of frequently used words.
Thank you. Another way teachers can accommodate dyslexia is by recording their lessons instead of taking notes. A student with dyslexia can then listen to the lesson instead of reading notes. Parents and teachers can also take an active role in a dyslexia student.
Parents and tutors work together to support the dyslexic student.
And a teacher can also allow extra time. Computers are helpful with the dyslexic student because with programs that can read to text, the student can then listen to textbooks instead of having to read them. Accommodating under the universal design and adding multi-sensory lesson plans helps the students to use multi-senses to acquire knowledge. How are distractions reduced in a classroom? And how is that helpful for a dyslexic student?
Well, a teacher can minimize disruptions. He or she can close the windows or put up a divider around a dyslexic student so he or she can focus more completely on the task at hand.
Okay, thank you very much for our guests. And now we come to our conclusion. Here's our credits. The narrator is William. Puppeteer is Cody. The student is
Zoe! Yay!
and the teacher is Jackie. Resources can be found on
www.
and this program has been brought to you by the letter
R!
and the number
3!
Yay, thank you!
And that concludes it.